Tushara, Mahesh Deekshana, Dushmanta Chamira, Wanindu Hasaranga, Sri Lanka's main bowlers. They'll be hoping their batters get them about 170 to try and defend. Slight hold up. There's a light right behind the bowler's arm, which seems to be catching the eye of Kusal Mendis.
He hasn't got the spotlights on him. There we go. Most guys like the spotlight on them, you know, but not this type of one.
Yeah, that's the light that Roshan wanted when the studio show was on, so he could be seen better. He needs to switch it off so we can get on with the cricket.
Put a towel over it or something rather. Might be easier than pushing the switch.
It was on in the previous over, but Mendis was not out there. It was Mishara and Pathum Nisanka who were not distracted by that light.
Saw this week there, Steve Smith asked mid-off to turn his sunglasses around. Can you? Where is he? The bowler's nowhere near mid-off. What else but funny?
What will distract you though is the beauty of Sri Lanka. You're in a wonderful part of the world, John. We'll get you some tea. Have a sip and soak it all in.
Cannot wait to have a look around tomorrow.
Don't switch off the lights. That allows you to see the beauty of Sri Lanka better.
Gonna go and have a look at the cave temple tomorrow. Have a look there.
Yep, the light was switched on for him. Can you switch that off, Roshan? Yes, fire a call.
Speak to my people. They'll take care of it.
Yep, there we go. Was in Junior with a second over. No deep point for Kusal Mendis. Regulation third man and the slip. Uppish it was, but it's himself off strike. But that's what you need to do when the pressure's building and the bowling's pretty good. Just rotate strike. Make sure that you pick up those singles and wait for those balls that you can put away. You don't want to be taking too many chances early. Mendy's also agreeing with Nisanka there. Ball's holding up ever so slightly. Oh, takes it on, square leg, underneath it. Oh! Mohammad Nawaz almost built it. Pathum Nisanka's gone.
Oh, he tried to launch this one. You said how hard it is to play your strokes with confidence. Well, the wicket just holding up a bit, and Pakistan have got their second. Big wicket, Nisanka. No attempt to keep that down. We're going to pick it up on the onside. Good delivery, back of a length. Got underneath it, but the timing nowhere near the middle of the bat. And that was nowhere near the middle of the hand either, the first time round. Ahmed Wasim Jr. gets his wicket. He's bowled well, but they're saying, what was that shot? Sri Lankan fans, they disappointed. That's a big player gone for them. Nisanka, he's gone for 12. Sri Lanka 15 for 2.
Sri Lanka wobbling, they've lost their openers. Dhananjay De Silva. Back in the team, played the last T20 international in June 2024. That was the last T20 World Cup that was played in USA and the Caribbean. Hit high on the back, Pasumne Sankar not in control.
Quite become accustomed to the bounce and pace of the wicket. He's had a short time here, 12 deliveries worth out there, but not quite found his way, not quite found his feet. Wanted to try and release pressure, and Pakistan has maintained the pressure early on here, and they bowled really well.
Just hit the deck. There's been a bounce. That two-pace nature just causing problems for the batters. And they'll also be thinking, how long do we leave it before we try and take them on? Nissanka tried, perished. Mishara tried, perished. How do we relieve the pressure? What will be running through these batters' minds at the moment? Good over from Mirza, two runs and a wicket previously. Wasim Jr. backing up.
So now Saad would normally look to make the most of the last 2 overs in the power play, but the problem is they've got 2 new batters in at the crease now, so not going to plan at all.
And usually a team that dominates in the power play, then a contrasting performance from there on.
To make the most of the last 2 overs.
So roles reversed, pressure firmly on Sri Lanka.
Captaincy as well now. They've got a slip in position. Back was him for this last delivery.
Good short one. Ends the fourth. Sri Lanka are 16 for 2.
Work to do for Sri Lanka here. Not enjoying a great start. Losing a couple of wickets in a span of 4 overs. Brought a lot of pressure on Dhananjaya, who's making a comeback into the T20 side of Sri Lanka. He's the one who could actually steer the innings forward. Dhananjaya De Silva. It's not going to be easy because there is something on the offer for the bowlers from this surface.
Nicely played, nicely played. That will relieve the pressure. Short and wide. And Kosal Mendes was on top of it. Good evening, Amir Sohail, and good evening to all.
Yeah, no matter what, how the pitch is behaving, but as a batter, if you're feeling the pressure, you have to stay alert for such deliveries. And Mendes was. Seized the opportunity, bumped the boundary. Should relieve the pressure.
Well, at the moment, after 5 runs and over, putting to bat Sri Lanka. Let's not forget that the surface has been under covers. Again, this time, no timing. There is a fielder. Look, it has been under covers, Amir. There is a little bit in the surface for the bowlers. Look, I'm not in any way trying to even suggest or give excuses, but it's a bit of a challenge with that two-pace nature of the surface. And the Sri Lankan batters, the 2 batters have succumbed trying to take the Pakistan bowlers on.
Yeah, the last delivery was indicative of the fact that this pitch is offering a bit of grip to the fast bowlers as well, and that's why there was no timing. It's in the air, but falls short.
A bit of bounce. Look where he's going. He's going over extra cover, but then bounce and movement. Very, very lucky.
I think he was looking to flip the ball over extra cover, you're right, but wasn't able to stay inside the line of that delivery, and that's why only managed an edge. Singles are handy in these conditions and also in this situation for Sri Lanka.
Right, this is as far as how the fast bowlers have done in Sri Lanka. The bowlers seem to be the place that they have enjoyed a lot since 2021. That runs per over Colombo RPS is better, but look at the number of wickets the bowler, and the strike rate is amazing. Again, what about that? There is a little bit of holding up in the surface. 25 for 2, 5 overs done.
Ashraf has been introduced into the attack. He should enjoy these conditions. There's a bit of grip on the offer, and he relies on those cutters and slower ones. Use them intelligently.
This time, that is a very good shot. Perfect length. And Dhananjay De Silva found the length to his liking. And that area is open. So that's a very good hit.
Seam-up delivery from Fahim Ashraf first up. This is a stroke which do not associate with Dhananjay De Silva. He preferred hitting the ball towards the offside, but this time around went with the angle, and he's been benefited.
And also, as you said, he is a different kind of player. That time into the pitch, face off. Dhananjay is not known to play those big hits, hit sixers, but he's a more accumulator. Someone who can offer a bit of stability in the middle order. By Ashraf, good record, economy, very good under 8. Best of 4 for 23 in the modern game. If you're going at less than 8, you're doing well in T20 cricket. Good bowling, very, very good bowling. Pace off, excellent line.
After getting hit for a boundary, he's sticking with those cutters and slow ones. Fahim Ashraf learned it quickly how to go about the job. Another slow one, but it was too short and good enough for Kusal Mendes to pick up another boundary.
See, what Fahim Ashraf has to be careful about is the length. If he's going to take pace off, that was short. Love the batter, plenty of time. And yes, we've had a lot of rain here, but look how quick this outfield is. That is a tribute to the ground staff who's done a brilliant job. They have just made sure that this ground remained bone dry. And that gave so much of value to that shot. Just listening to what the batters are saying, Kusal Mendes just says that the ball didn't arrive. So that's what we've been talking about. The fact that the bowlers are looking to take pace off. It's a two-paced nature of the surface.
No point complaining. Deal with it.
power play is done. The first 6 overs, 10 runs of that over, 35 for 2. Standing up by Shaman. Ravindra Kotachi. 35 for 2, and that's the power play done and dusted. That last over 10 runs, so that was good for Sri Lanka. Right, that is Sharma Rasoisa. He's making his debut. T20I debut. Good first class cricketer for Sri Lanka. Hail from the south. The standing umpire. And his partner, we should be able to show his partner, but let's focus on this man. The leg spinner Shadab Khan hasn't played a game since June 2025. So Pakistan looking to get him back. Now we showed you the first umpire. Now this is Ravindra Kotachi, and he's also making his debut. Stood in the Under-19 Asian Cup, did an excellent job there, and been recognized. Congratulations to both of them, and wishing them all the very best.
You are a beer man, aren't you, Roshan? You like to please everybody. Yeah, it's a big opportunity for Shadab to make his mark. Big tournament is round the corner. That's close, that is close, and given. Has impacted the game straight away, Shadab.
Well, if there was no bat, I don't think he should review it. He's thinking about it, but he's running out of... Oh, he's gone for it. So let's see.
TV umpire director, we have a player ready for LBW. Original decision is out. I have checked the field. Fair delivery. Start in the front run, please. Ball was very close to the bat. Can I have I'll try to confirm whether any bat involved there, please? I'll keep it rolling through, please. Yes, ball is passing below the bat and back line as the ball passes the bat. Satisfied? No bat involved. Go to ball tracker when ready, please. Waiting for ball tracker, Jammer. Ball tracker is coming. Original decision is out. Pitching in line, back in line. Wicket, umpire's call. Go back to field umpire Chamara, please. Chamara, you can stay with the original out decision.
Turned out to be an umpire's call, but it was very straightforward. If there was no bat, that looked dead. Kusal Mendes thought it could have been a feather, but not to be this time. Out for 14, Sri Lanka, 37 for 3.
ඔයාගේ ගද ඔය මේසුඩ
Charita Sri Lanka was the captain of the Sri Lanka T20Is, but in as a player, has led a great run in the recent past, but take nothing away from him as a player. Very, very talented left-handed batter, can bring a surprise. And he's up against a right-arm leg spinner.
Zosa, the umpire on debut, was asked to make the decision for the first time in international cricket, and the right one. Straightforward one, but he was courageous enough. Feeling it straight away was an inside edge. He's been given. Not reading the googly on that occasion, Dhananjay De Silva. Inside edge and a good catch behind the stumps.
I wonder what's going on here. There was some confusion because the umpire said not out. He didn't think it was out, but then Dhananjay De Silva started walking. It was quite apparent and obvious that the wronger had taken the inside edge. So let's see, this is confirmation. Definite wronger, looking to drive, yes. Under edge. Almost getting stuck in the midriff, but doesn't matter. He's held on to it. He's surprised. And now, a first a no and then a yes. Sri Lanka losing wickets close to each other. Dhananjay De Silva out for 10. It's 38 for 4. Slip in now for Janit Lane again. And I do remember him making his international debut as a T20I player, then left out. But it's the end of the over, we'll talk about it. 38 for 4. Shanaka and Hasaranga, the two all-rounders left, and then Sri Lanka goes down to the tail. Asalanka and Lianage just in. Ishara the one missing out for 0, the others getting into double figures, but nothing really to talk about in that scorecard we've just seen.
But how about that over on his comeback game from Shadab? Picked up 2 wickets.
Goodness, played it from his off stump. Just played it so late. Allowed the ball to spin back a little bit and took it virtually from his off stump there, and he gets 3.
Risk and reward. Played it quite well in the end. He's all right there. They have moved away from the leg stump to be able to deal with that spin from the left armour of Sri Lanka.
So Nawaz, a very handy cricketer for Pakistan, whether he's the ball in hand or as a lower order batter. Lianage on strike. Well, you spoke about Shadab's first over and those 2 wickets. Kusal Mendis was the first, and then Dhananjay off a wronger.
Yeah, to be able to perform well as a player, you have to go through the rigmarole of understanding the conditions, the pitch, and the opposition. And that's how you perform well. And if you go with one mindset, you're going to attack the opposition, doesn't work in these conditions. Now, I don't know why players are impelled in this format. They have to go out and go after the bowlers. At times, you have to hold back. Remember that song from Kenny Rogers, your favorite one, Gambler? When to hold back? Hold on.
You should know the time to throw and the time to keep it.
Exactly.
See, on this surface now, Sri Lanka to alter their targets and plans. Yes, the average score here is 164 batting first, but at the moment, I don't think that's not even a consideration.
It's all about playing the overs now. And forge a partnership, reassess at the end of 15th over how they are placed, and then think of accelerating. At the moment, the name of the job is play conservatively, especially with the fact that Pakistani spinners are bowling very well.
At the moment, under 6 runs and over. Sri Lankan rate of scoring. Oh, bit of turn, bit of loop. 8 overs done. 44 for 4.
Eight gone, 44 for 4 at the moment. Just a reminder, if you've just joined us, that Pakistan decided to bowl first after they won the toss. They've done well, 2 wickets for the pacers, 2 for spinners. Shadab, what a comeback. 2 wickets in his very first over. Last he appeared in this format for the country back in June 2025. And the problems for Sri Lanka dealing with spin continues. Recent times you've seen them losing quite a few wickets and not being able to score freely against spin. When they were not so long ago in Pakistan playing the Tri-Nation, it's quite evident that that was something that they were looking to improve before the World Cup. Because they'll be playing almost all their games right here now. That's really sloppy. There's no need for that kind of a throw, which wasn't really aimed properly. Either.
So I think this category, so now they just position 47 for 4.
It's a good call. And luckily a great response from Sri Lanka, went through with it. Shadab's first over, John. Really pretty straight delivery, went on with that sweep and completely missed that. Hitting that back leg, and then this one again, playing away from the body, the wrong one. That faint inside edge.
That's right, it was a dream start for him. To be honest, look at his sweep, first ball, really full delivery. Maybe knock that up the ground to start, get off strike, and then inside edge, well taken behind the stumps for his second wicket.
And speaking of spin, still that third option is available in abroad. The mystery spinner hasn't been in operation yet. Even the captain can bowl a bit if required, but they've got 3 frontline spinners, and then not to forget, that's a beautiful delivery, dragging the batter out on that front foot. Enough turn to beat the bat. 9 gone, 48 for 4.
5 bowlers have been in operation, 2 of them being spinners, and as we were talking about it, John, they've got Saim Ayub who can also bowl a bit, and he's been the pick for them.
Well done.
Of course, Nawaz and Abrar being there in that 11 for a while now, and Shadab's inclusion just improves these options, and it's always so good as a captain in a T20 format to have like 7-8 batters. And
Big appeal, but well outside the off stump. They're running now as he put in some sterling performances, and now he's one of the first names in the team sheet.
phase of the game over number 7 to 15, where you just build that base, that foundation for a big score. And this impact was way outside off. He's trying to drag that from outside off stump. They had the power play in the 30s, losing 2 wickets, and then further dent, where double wicket over from Shadab, right at the end of the power play.
Too long ago, they bowled up for 94, the lowest score. T20s against Bangladesh, so they've got some bad memories coming back here at this ground, and if they can put in a better performance here, they're going to need to bat really well in these last 10.
.164, the average first inning score in the 9 games that have been played here. Surprisingly, 6 of them have been won by sides batting first. They really have to decide which bowler and when to just press that accelerator. You want to go maybe between 7 and 9 runs and over somewhere to end up with 130 plus. But he's picked that up and he's got hold of it. You can just tell by the sound of ball on bat. Got right underneath that, planted that foot to the pitch of the ball and launched it properly.
Launching it, as you said, is a beautiful stroke. This is a good matchup for the batting side. Left-hander, left-arm orthodox with the turn. This is the matchup they want to do a lot more often, this batting partnership. Try and get a partnership of some stature. Themselves the launching pad for those last 5 overs.
Now Sri Lanka will keep strike. End of another over. 10 gone, 59 for 4. For 4, halfway stage. This will be a very, very crucial partnership. Got to make sure they don't lose any more and allow themselves to have 6 wickets in hand with the last 5 overs. And then look for, say, 50 plus. Maybe more. You can afford to do that when you've got 5 or 6 wickets in hand. Shadab will continue into his 3rd over, 2 for 7. Still no Abrar.
He's pretty consistent so far today. Lost wickets in pairs really. 13 for 1, 15 for 2. And once they get it building again, and they're 37 for 3, 38 for 4.
Down the wicket, and he finds the man, he tips it over the boundary. Saib's other Farhan there would have been 3rd for Shadab. He was in good position to take that. Eventually he just helps it on its way.
as he was taking his hands towards the ball, he was looking over his shoulder. In a way, he knew that boundary rope was right behind him, but the batter would have had his heart in his mouth at this stage. And they're just trying to rebuild. Holding out too long on off a full toss wouldn't have looked good. Another really good-looking stroke here, this time on the offside.
Yeah, they'll have to take a certain amount of risk just to push this run rate a little bit. That's the 6 there. Now Shadab thought he's had his man, would be his third. Made a low full toss out of it coming down the pitch, and look at that, for an effort.
Certainly up the ante here. It's the right-hander to Shadab. That's the lanka in the previous over to Nawaz. Maximum first one of the match. Now, Yanaga as well. Got a laugh here. Well positioned. He seemed to be on the move. The distraction of the rope being right behind him made the big difference.
Another good call from Alianage. The field as a broad isn't very quick, though he got a good bounce.
Just give you a little bit of a momentum change in the innings here. The last 2 overs looked really good.
12 of the over, 11 gone, 71 for 4. Is the run rate, and the last over has 12 coming off it. Abrar has been brought into the attack. Surely be someone you look out for. Such a great dress rehearsal before the World Cup. Pakistan and Sri Lanka both will be playing all their matches here. When I say here, it's Sri Lanka, of course.
Having a look at the wickets, first man to go. Bashara holding out to Mirza, and then a big stroke from Masanka as he got himself in. Holding out, caught Nawaz, bobbled, was in the bowler, and then Shadab showed. LBW then an inside edge. 2 wickets in the same over. They were confident, the batsman walked off, the figure came up. 4 wickets down, Shadab's been really good so far.
Could see that leg stop, and that's what has got Abrar excited. .23 coming in the last 2 overs before this, so that's a certain level of acceleration. Just felt there was a sound there. Oh, has he? Oh, he's walking. You're right about that. There was a sound, and suddenly very subdued celebration. Sri Lanka takes the walk. They've lost 5 now. Trying to kick one down to mid-wicket on a ball turning away. Just have a look.
Top spinner. Big heave up to the onside, a slight edge, slight defection, and another good take by Khan. Big appeal, there's a celebration. Smile. The batsman walks past him, he's gone. He walks off just as Sri Lanka started fighting back. Sri Lanka's out. He's gone for 18. Sri Lanka 72 for 5.
72 for 5, new man in, Hazaranga. Manindu Hazaranga surely can do a lot with the bat. Along with Yanagi, you'll be expected to take this team forward and get to a respectable score. Abrar meanwhile.
Really like what I was doing here, really, at the stumps, top spinners, just slight variations, so good. Bringing the stumps into play, I feel. Like to do that a lot more often. Pakistan sends a bit of blood here. They want to get a couple more wickets here. There's a real opportunity here for these spinners.
Yeah, Saranga went on to play that shot against the spin. A ball that was turning away from him. Good take by Usman at the... somewhere around that armpit. Have a look at that.
Very slight deflection. Rose well, kept his eye on the ball all the way. There it is, a little bit of the toe, top corner of the bat, or bottom corner, I should say. Deflection, little sound. Well taken, so great work here from Abrar. Brilliant from him. 12 gone, 74 for 5.
Same way, Sri Lanka cricket though, so involved in rebuilding Sri Lanka. All proceeds from this series also. That wonderful course, devastation around Sri Lanka after Cyclone Ditwa, Roshan.
No doubt about it, Russell. We can all join in. We can donate here. Well, I can tell you that the government has established the Rebuilding Sri Lanka Fund under the Presidential Secretariat. It will be governed by a joint government and private sector committee. That is to ensure that credibility, efficiency, and strong oversight is maintained. But yes, you're right. It's time that everyone got together and worked towards rebuilding Sri Lanka, and that has to be done.
Bowled really well, Shadab Khan on his return. And the ball spinning like that just tells you there's moisture.
Definite moisture, and it's drying moisture. It's turning a lot.
Hit it well. Fielder has work to do. In again, quick between the wickets. Well, with the ball turning like that, they got to reassess, see where they can go. 164 average score batting first. Most games won by teams batting first. Here in double up, I still feel 155, 160 is a must. Dasun Shanaka, the captain, he's held himself back. to his last over, Shadab Khan. In fact, last delivery.
Yeah, he's bowled a brilliant spell, but you're talking about 150. But currently, Sri Lanka at the current rate 121, so they need to move on.
At least a couple. He's hit it hard. Long boundaries. 6 runs off. Shadab's over. He finishes with 2 for 25. 80 for 5, Sri Lanka. They're trying, Sri Lanka, just not able to break free. First it was the two seamers, a wicket apiece, Salman Mirza and Mohammad Wasim Jr. Then spin from both ends of the power play, and it's just been hard. Hit well, down the ground. Hasaranga gets a boundary for Sri Lanka after 16 balls.
Yeah, they need a few of this. Yes, we do know that half of the side is out, but Sri Lanka can't afford to play dot balls. They need to be a little bit more proactive, go after the bowling when it's offered, just like that. And that's his strength. And one thing about Hasaranga, who used to be a predominant offside player, he's now looked to pick more spots. That's a very good looking shot. Down the ground for 4.
Moment it heads outside that boundary line, it does come back wet. Hence a bit of work from the umpire. Dry the seam. It's hard to get away, Abrar. Very subtle variations gets that ball to skid through. Strong winds which blow across the ground here is also a factor. Clever bowlers use the wind for drift. That's uppish. Here's another. No, he's put it down. Salman Mirza. I thought he had it. Just gets away from him.
Important that Lian again now takes his opportunity with both hands. There was one on the boundary that the fielder miscued. This one too. Sri Lanka would be complaining, the one that you're talking about, the mystery that Abrar brings into. He uses his wrists, the fingers a lot, so it's very deceptive.
I was mentioning the wind as the bowler gets it to drift as well. Now and again it holds up, and sometimes direction the wind's blowing. Just looked like at that last minute it went away from Mirza. This is Asalanka's wicket. Watch the drift, it just comes in, but then when it gets close to Asalanka, just holds its line. More runs, at least a couple. 10 off the over. Sri Lanka need more of those. 90 for 5. Change of ends for Mohammad Nawaz. Done a fabulous 2025 since he came into the team. The leading wicket taker. He had so much more value with his power hitting at the end of the innings. You look at the other bowlers, he's been expensive. Hit well. He picked his spot so well, Lianagay. You hit the top of the fielder in the circle, definitely hitting a gap because no one behind.
This is really clever batting by Janit Lianage. Fast emerging as a must in the Sri Lanka white ball team. Look at how he keeps moving around the crease, just making Nawaz in his length and pounces on it. New spot all the time.
Hmm?
Batting on off stump now. Lianage.
Huh?
Flat and hard for more. Skids off the outfield.
Outstanding stuff. Outstanding stuff. Back-to-back boundaries. You were talking about 150. Sri Lanka need to go at about 8, 9, 10 runs and over from here. The last over gave 10. He's already got 8 of the first 2.
Yeah, they're looking at 160 now. But work got to be done here. Rebuild, we said earlier. Got to keep it going. 5 overs after this. Bit of momentum with the batting. That's safe. That's safe. It's running away again. 100 on the board for Sri Lanka. It's taken a while.
Well, this partnership, now 29 of 18, is critical because you spoke about the last 5 overs. If they can go on and let Dasun Shan, if he has to come in for the last 2 overs or 3 overs with a good footing, he can express himself. Ideally, this pair should go on, but just in case, that to me will be perfect for Sri Lanka to try and get to that 150 or 160. But still a lot of work to be done. At the current rate now 139 to get to 160. They need to go a little over 10 and over.
That's not unreasonable. Set yourself right. 10, 12 and over is what teams look for in those last 5 overs. Sri Lanka nicely paced. That was a little lucky. No man's land was Hasaranga. Just managed to get back to ball. 160 on the cards.
And they need to milk the last 2. They got 11 of the first 4 with a dot. Can they finish strong? That should be Sri Lanka's plan.
Useful edge. Fast outfield. Another 4. The runs are coming for Sri Lanka.
Well, they needed a big over to get this momentum going. They got 1, they got 10 in the last, now they got 15 here. Now this is perfect, this little phase for them. Doesn't matter how it came at this stage. There was a bit of grip and turn, but useful. Very, very useful in the context of the situation.
Bowled a little quicker from Nawaz too. That gave the pace the ball needed to run away. Most expensive over of the innings. Hit well. Does the 116 coming off the 15th, 106 for 5. Sixteen off the last over. They need a few more. The batters huffing and puffing. Three boundaries in the last over. Good shot from Lienage. He created that. Picked the length early and hit hard. Very fortunate. But runs nevertheless. The towel's out. Bowler's just using it. You just wonder if there's any dew out there, but you would think it's unlikely on days like this with the rain around. But of course, when the ball does head beyond the boundary lines, they do come back wet because they are not protected. We've had a lot of rain. 11 and over, 161. Hit well. Hasaranga is liking it down the ground.
Now the last 30 balls have brought 50 runs for Sri Lanka for 1 wicket. It's a very, very good space for them. Key moment of the game here. Yes, Sri Lanka lost 5 wickets quickly for 72, but the next phase, this partnership is making Sri Lanka really do well. The question is, can they finish off? Can they continue?
Hasaranga coming in ahead of Dasun Shanaka. With the wickets falling, is it that? Long off. Takes it nicely. Fakhar Zaman had a lot to do. Judged it very nicely, and that's the end of that partnership.
Well, that's unfortunate. You could see what Hasaranga's intent was. He was looking to go more extra cover. It went down to long off, goes slower. And look where he's aiming. He was going wider, but found the fielder. But still, I think it's a good platform for Dasun Shanaka to try and express himself. But that's an important wicket for Pakistan. Hasaranga goes for 18 of 12. Sri Lanka, after a partnership of 38, are 110 for 6.
Sri Lanka's captain Dasun Shanaka in at 8. It's a good time to have him and his skills from Sri Lanka's point of view. You'd think his strike rate would be much greater than that, but I'll tell you what, he can do some damage. Partnership which is pointing Sri Lanka to 160 plus, now it's just changed somewhat. Slip in place. Abrar, he's got 2. Well, Lienage batted beautifully, started off slowly, and now finding the boundary and had a good partner in Hasaranga, but
He went wide and found the fielder. Ball slower, threw it up a little bit. And this is the time Sri Lanka needs to play smart cricket.
very slow through the air from Abrar, down to 78. Tikshana, Chamira, and one Tushara, the batters remaining. That's safe. They're coming back for 2. They'll get it. Lienage gets his head down.
A good intent. The running was good and aggressive. And that deflection, Lienage quite rightly not running on it. But well, this is Lienage looking to go over the top. Now look at how he runs that second run. And then there is that deflection off it. Dot ball ends the 16th, 113 for 6. Just that when you feel that they're getting on with it, Lanka, Lianage earlier on, they lost a wicket. Lianage continuing, failing to find a partner really. It's the start, 30 odd for 2 in the power play, then 2 wickets in first Shadab's over, further denting their movement towards a bigger score. Let's see what the captain can do. Nawaz into his final over, none for 31.
He likes to use the long handle. Sri Lankan captain Dashan Shanaka. But this pitch is offering a lot to the spinners. He needs to be careful. He has to commit himself fully to the stroke and the mindset.
Just not been able to find that top gear where they could find that acceleration. We spoke about this 164 first inning average in the 9 games that have been played on this ground, but it's just very different today. Wonder how the reply or the chase is going to be. And with the turn and the grip that we've seen, how many would be enough? Again, coming back to that point that this spin has been troubling the Sri Lankan batters in recent times, and clear evidence of that today as well. They lost 4 wickets to spinners.
Surprising, isn't it? There are legends when you talk about playing this way. Oh, this is nicely struck. It wasn't a quickish delivery from the left armour. Captain had to wait for it and was able to time it so well. And then that placement.
And you know why I say there's been timed so well? Wasim Jr. is quick, but he was struggling to get to it. It wasn't far away from him. Have a look at that. It was going away from him, but he is rapid. And the ball wins that race, was hit very hard by Shanaka. Yeah, this time following him, watching him trying to make room. Such a great dress rehearsal for that World Cup to come up. Both these sides will be playing all their matches here in Sri Lanka. So Pakistan, of course, will be looking at what combination, what 11 would be good, how many spin options will work for them. And so for Sri Lanka, the same thing. Slight pressure of being at home and also an advantage of knowing their own backyard.
More headaches for the Pakistani camp, let me tell you that. Especially with the induction of Shadab, who bowled really well during his comeback game tonight. Or should I say this evening. 17 done, 122 for 6.
Lianage, 40 of 30, the man who's looking to make sure that once they reach that 20 over mark, they have enough on the board. Still 18, very valuable deliveries.
Yeah, the way he has approached, especially for aspiring batters, T20 cricket is not about hitting sixes and fours. Yeah, at times they're important, but if you work the ball into the gaps and keep on rotating the scoreboard, you can be bothersome for the opposition. And that's what Lianage has shown the world time and again.
Yeah, the under edge. Nothing the keeper can do about that. Every run counts from here. There's been a certain level of struggle for Shanaka to time it. But Lianage has found a way to deal the spinners.
Yeah, his footwork, brilliant. Wasn't afraid to expose the stumps. At times, took few risks, and he was paid. In the air again, but this time around, found the fielder. That's a big wicket for Pakistan.
Yep. For a moment, I thought he'd clear that fielder, Nawaz, at long on, but just landed right into his lap. Lianage, every time I said that when they're looking to use that long handle, they lose a wicket. And this was perfectly into the hands of that fielder and long on. Nawaz didn't have to move much. And out goes wicket number 7 with Janit Lianage, getting valuable 40 to his name. 127 for 7. The 127 4-7 on board after being asked to bat first by Pakistan. 2 overs to go after this was so important for Sri Lanka, for Lianage to stay. And he's lost his wicket in this manner.
To be able to time the ball pretty well, it's not easy on this surface, especially with the fact once the ball balls it slower. Another slow delivery, totally misread by Shamir on that occasion.
Yeah, tossing it, just inviting the newcomer to go after it. Still the last 12 balls which remain after this over will be so important, and that's when Shanaka will look to face as many as possible. So end of the over now, 18 gone, 127 for 7. That's the story so far. 18 gone, 127 for 7. Standout would be Lianage, 40 of 31. The rest of them got themselves starts, but they kept losing wickets at regular intervals. Now it's back to the paces. Salman Mirza, 1 for 17 in his 3 overs. So we're just doing a bit of a calculation here. We've got 12 balls to go. Maybe they can add 20 odd runs and try to get close to 150. Use the pace to their advantage. There, flash your bat, and you've been finding fielders one after another. This time, Fahim Ashraf takes that catch. He will find himself a little unlucky. The ball was wide outside off, but he manages to play it straight to the fielder.
Very well appointed, that fielder, for that kind of a delivery, which started off from way outside the off stump. Asked the batter to reach for it. He wasn't in control, but the fielder was. Captain departs. It's the 8th wicket. His contribution, just 12 from 9 deliveries. This innings in a strike, 127 for 8.
Mahesh Dikshara walks in, 127 for 8. That's a good ball first up. The first one was way outside off, and this time straight into that block hole. Have a look at that wicket again, trying to reach out. Outstretched arms from Dasha Chanaka, and that's why no control. Has played it straight to Fahim Ashraf.
Yeah. And this innings needed the captain to come to the fore, but he faltered. It was a chance with his ability to get close to 150. Could have been a good total on a surface like this, which is offering a lot to the bowlers.
Gone. That's another wicket here. This time is Chamira who goes. Sri Lanka just not finding that accelerator. The foot on the pedal is missing and they're losing their wickets. 8 down now. 9 down, beg your pardon.
Yeah, with that angle, the option taken by the fast bowler Chamira wasn't the right one. You need a bit of room outside the off stump to be able. He was cramped, no timing, none whatsoever. That's why he's walking back without contributing. It's 128 for 9.
Last man in, Nuwan Tushara. Still got 9 deliveries in the innings, but it seems like Sri Lanka is looking to be wrapped up before that. There's a certain level of, if you look at the fall of wickets, there's a pattern to it. Just have a look at that last wicket again. Thought he hit it firmly, and he did actually, but straight to Shadab at cover. You can tell by the reason how hard it was hit. And they've been losing wickets in pairs. First 2 wickets, 13 and 15, then 37 and 38, wicket number 3 and 4. 127, 2 wickets fell on the same score, and then 128, of course. wickets in that fashion, in that manner, in bed.
Yeah, Sikandar, you're right. One cannot afford to get too comfortable. You need to stay dialed in, focused, can really haunt you, and that's what we have seen throughout this innings. Batters getting starts, not capitalizing. Very good over from the left arm. I picked up a couple of wickets in that. It's 128 for 9.
For 9. Will surely look to bat the old 20 overs. Spinners have been good. 2 for Shadab, 3 for Abrar. Nawaz was a little expensive today, went wicketless, none for 40. Final over. This combination has been good now. Just looking at how you want to look at your 11 in the matches to come and then so on to the World Cup. What would Salman be thinking? How many spin options should he have in conditions like these? Like we mentioned earlier, Siam has not been given the ball back in Pakistan when they were playing the Tri-Nation. He was given most of that bowling, also in the power play. So a different outlook to it. He's appealing for a caught behind, but a very delayed appeal from Wasim Jr. Salman just inquiring from the umpire. I think they've gone upstairs.
I think the umpire is confirming whether the ball has carried to the wicketkeeper or not. That is the query.
Is the best angle for the catch. Firstly, I want to check whether it's touch. Give me the ultra edge, please. Give me the ultra edge there, please. Yes, keep it through, please. Yes. Can you freeze it there, please? Can you freeze it there? Yes, there's a clear spike. Clear spike has ball next to the bat. Go for the catch, please. Completion of the catch, please. Yes, keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through until he completed the catch, please. Ball clearly carried to the gloves. I want to see the completion of the catch also. Roll it through until he finishes his catch. Yes, I am satisfied. I have decision to the Giants game.
Well, he's walking off, and the television umpire has made his decision. It means that Sri Lanka have been wrapped up in 19.2 overs. It was a good catch taken, a faint inside edge was picked up by the bowler, and eventually Sri Lanka all out for 128 in 19.2 overs, with Mahesh Theekshana being that last dismissal for 1.
Yeah, both the wrist spinners for Pakistan really bowled well. Picked up 3 wickets. For Abrar, couple of wickets for Shadab and then the left armour. Never fails to impress. Again picks up 3 wickets.
They were 126 for 6 at one stage. They lost 4 wickets for 2 runs. This is Sri Lanka being asked to bat first, and they got 35 in that power play, lost 2 wickets, and then Shadab's very first over after the power play got them 2 more wickets. And that really pulled Sri Lanka's plans back. 40 from Lianagi was good, or 31. Rest of them got stars, but couldn't multiply that. 128, all out.
Yes, the conditions suited the bowlers, but Pakistani bowlers, they're very efficient with the new ball and pave the way for the spinners to come and take charge of the game. Never failed the captain, both the leggies, Abrar and Shadab, bowled really well. Shadab on his comeback game.
All right, so here we are. It's very clear cut for Pakistan to come out there and look at chasing this down. 129 in the 20 overs at 6.45 runs. So don't go too far. We'll be back with the chase.
this power play. They've got the likes of Chimera. Those are real hot spoilers to look out for. He's been a standout over the last year or so. Head and shoulders above any other fast bowler.
See, that's a comfort for Sri Lanka because the bowling resources, they've gone in with 4 frontline bowlers. They spoke, so this is quite a potent opening partnership for Pakistan. And this man, he's generally on his day, can be devastating. Nuwan Tushara, those numbers are impressive. 5 for 20 is best. Right, the countdown is on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's play!
And plays the call. One slip in. Nuwan Tushara. Sri Lanka will be hoping. Will be giving them the start they're desperately looking for. Off on the leg stump. Searching for some movement. In fact, they'll get 2. Nuwan Tushara's natural angle. He's away from the right hand, so he was starting around that middle stump, searching for that outswing.
Smile on his face and nice to get one out. I'd like to say in the middle of the bat early on, and that certainly gives you some confidence off the first delivery. Trying to swing it a little bit too straight there, just feeding it into his pad. You want to bring those stumps into play as much as possible here early on.
It's a thin line that the Sri Lankan bowlers are walking on. There's some movement. You could see that. Just a slight bit of misfield allows the batter a single, but he's generally been good against the left-handers because he swings the ball back in. But just look at this, just a hint of movement. Playing a long way from his body, doesn't matter. Good extension of the hands and a bit of a bad bounce.
Certainly getting some swing here. Looking at that second delivery in particular. The right-handers, look, he comes really, his arms really straight, and it seems to just keep going away. Maybe you can touch wider on the crease to the right-handers and try to create a bit of an angle to straighten from, but he's immediately round the wicket to the left-hander.
Well bowled. That's what he was trying for, going wide of the crease, looking to angle it back into the left-hander. But let's not forget that he's got a packed offside field. So he's got to be tight with his line. Look how wide he goes. And looks to bring it back with that lower arm of his. Intent is there to try and bowl that leg stump Yorker.
That really full delivery on the crease is always a dangerous delivery first up to any batter, no matter who you are. That's what he opted for, first delivery, and gently getting some bat on and getting off strike as quick as possible. Right-hander, I'd like to see a slip in position. At the moment, he's about a fourth, fifth slip on the ring.
That's a better line, but he would like to pitch it up a little bit more. Just back of a length. Then Farhan punched it, stood up and punched it.
Confident looking stroke that. And with conviction. Really nice setup, good piece of timing as well. He looks in good form here. Sri Lankan opening pair really struggling to find their feet and assess the conditions quickly enough.
Wickets is the only way for Sri Lanka going forward at the moment. 4 without loss. On the pads, that's not the line to bowl. You got short fine leg in the circle. That's easy pickings.
Striving for something early on. That one not quite shaping as much as the previous deliveries. Seem to keep angling in. He's just off his executions, and it's costing him here now. This is becoming quite a big over to start for Pakistan. 8 off it already.
I think the natural movement is away from the right hander, so sometimes might be inclined to try and search for it from around the leg stump. And that went horribly wrong. Again, more runs. 4 more. That's not the line to bowl. Became a little bit easy. 12 without loss. Well, Farhan has already got 11 of 5. There were some kips on the pads that he made full use of in that Nuan Tushar over. 12 without loss. It's a good start for Pakistan, especially as they're after a very moderate score. 129 is not frightening. Well, these are the boundaries we're talking about. That was outside the leg stump. I'm just wondering, John, because the natural angle is outswing, but he's searching for swing from that leg stump and eventually playing into the hands of the batter.
Only slightly off in the line, a couple of inches really, and it's cost him dearly. They've got off to a start now. He's Tikshana. He's into the attack, and this is going to be an important spell. A slip in position as well. Ayub.
Right, Nuan, my Tikshana now. There was a lot of turn that the spinners got off the track. Tikshana is someone who looks to bowl it quicker. Now that's generally the stock ball, the pacey balls, mid to the high 90s. Interesting to see what he would get out of the surface. That was also fired, that was in fact over 100.
Showing that angle, a good matchup. Pull your spinner to the left-hander early on, so you're just getting off strike once again, and if one can find his range early on here to the off spinner. Obviously, the change of pace, variations, really. The off spinners in the world in T20 cricket.
He's got to slip into the right hand as well. That's bowled slower. Very interesting to see how the Sri Lankan spinners would actually bowl on this surface, because the Pakistan spinners had a lot, particularly Shadab, turned the ball a lot. Manitu Hasaranga, wrist spinner, can do that. Abra always has so much of tricks up his sleeve with those variations. Oh, good shot. Very good shot, I'll tell you. That's gone the distance. That is an excellent shot from Saim Ayub.
Everyone, that's out of the top draw. What a brilliant stroke. Not happy with that shot was Sri Lankan coach, coaching staff, Malinga. This is a glorious stroke. As you say, he's played from the crease. Wrist work, balance. The whole lot was included in that shot for 6.
Absolutely found the width, Saim Ayub, and the length of course. And as you said, brilliant execution. Outstanding. What a way to announce himself. You got to slip in. And the Sri Lankan captain, the bowler, looking for that scalp, and your response is to take him on and deposit it over extra cover. Good batting.
I thought Bud was the most successful in the first innings. Talked about those leg spinners, they were really good. But look at their contributions. 5 for 45 off 8 is another look at that stroke. Just leaning back slightly to get that elevation. The flourish with the arm work was Really a thing to behold.
Yeah, great flourish, isn't it? No, that gripped a bit. That definitely gripped. He played a bit early, but still 21 without loss. And 21 without loss, going at over 10 runs and over, and the requirement is now down to a runner ball. Dot balls are never a consideration. Looking to defend this score, when I say consideration, they're important, but Sri Lanka can never win it with dots. It's all to do with wickets. And wickets early, and if they can in clusters. Oh, beautiful, beautiful! That time on the pads, working the angle, and he is looking good, Saim Ayub.
When you hear this name, Ayub, you hear about the hype and what he's got to offer. He's such a youngster. When he plays shots of this, it just oozes class. Look at that. Just the bat fell onto the ball there. Just such a beautiful piece of timing. He's got fine leg, got deep square, but he hit it over mid-wicket this time. So he has not managed to get it on target here at all so far, Tushara.
That boundary was an easy angle because his natural movement is back into the left-hander, and he has no mid-wicket, or had no mid-wicket. Now there is one, and he now decides to go over the wicket. So that last delivery, you go around the wicket, you go wide, and you angle it in, and then you're just asking for that shot. Wide down the leg side, you could see that Tushara's radar is not where it actually should be aiming at.
Captain Shanaka as well. Got to ask a few questions, possibly. Say, Tushara, he can't bowl it outside off really by much at all because all the fields are up in the ring and he wants to, if anything, straighter. But now with the shape, the margin for error is so small. Slightly offline onto that thigh paddock can get flicked away for 4. Not much room for him to work with.
He's got 2 men on the leg side, so he'll be looking to bowl more straighter than really bowling leg stump. Mid-wicket square leg covered. Again, you could see that movement back into the left-hander. See, ideally, when Tushara is on song, he'll go around the wicket and swing it back from wide of the off stump and almost on a full length, and he's had many a left-hander been dismissed. Now again, that's, you could see it straight and swinging to the left-hander. It becomes easy. The boundary that he got, that's a bit of a misfield. Boundary that he got was again another gift going wide of the crease onto the pads. Now to the right-hander, his field set suggests that the captain wants him to bowl more middle and off. Well, pace off, clever bowling. That tipped a bit on him.
Thoughts of Chimera, who's had a big year leading this attack. When he'll be introduced, surely, towards the back end of this power play, you'd think, have a bit of a go. Tushara's been entrusted with another over after his first one wasn't the best. This over already he's gone for 6.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot that is! It's hit the side spin on the full. That is a shot with authority. Again, pace off and hit with tremendous power.
Absolute beauty. He smoked this one. Almost like he knew it was coming. The slip saw it. And he tried everything and he included that short delivery and has been dispatched. So he went very high, that's for sure. Went many a mile. Back-to-back sixes.
A great race. Lot of power. It went. Previous one pitched up, forced Tushar to bowl back of a leg. And great response from Farhan. 24 of 10. He's already got 18 runs in the over. Tushar has gone for 30 with one ball to go. It's a massive over. 19 runs of it. 40 without loss of just 3 overs. Well, what a start by Pakistan. 40 without loss in 3 overs. I mean, just imagine that dugout, the dressing room looks nice and relaxed. And why not? Just looking at 129 and you've got the openers getting them off to a magnificent start, and that asking rate is under 6 runs and over. You couldn't have asked for more. Anything more from these openers in the first 3 overs.
Halfway through the power play, they are streets ahead, needing 89 off 102 balls. That's the equation at the moment. But having a look for Hahn and his efforts so far in the power play, has only seen half of the power play of him, and he smashed it to all parts. The best of them, straight 6 to the side screen, and the last one a pickup on the leg side and some frustration. The Sri Lankan perspective at the moment, they need to take wickets.
So this is Mahesh Deekshana continuing. It's not Chamira, it's Deekshana who's bowling. Chamira hopefully should come on for the next over. Not at the moment.
We talked about it. We were hoping he'd get involved in this power play. They're holding him back here.
Slip in. Just too short. That is too short. That's for timing. And that's for that length. But in the power plays, John, you're asking for trouble.
This pair's been clinical so far. Been great to watch his variation there. It never looks like he tries to hit the ball too hard. Ayub places the ball, classical technique, and caresses the ball for 4.
सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक
Much
करें।
as possible, Sikandar, but they really haven't tried. They've just played what's been on offer. Pitched up, hit through the line, short. Pick your spot. Dusmanta Chamira into the attack with 128 on the board. Sri Lanka needed an effort with the ball. That's four. The 50 is on the board. They're running away with it. Sri Lanka needed wickets, but they're leaking runs.
Yeah, a pretty slowish delivery, 108 kilometers on that. And Sahibzada Farhan was all over it. 5 boundaries and 3 sixes already. Yeah, just trying to bowl a leg cutter there. Minus this boundary, but Chamira has been pick of the ball. He's been amongst wickets for Sri Lanka. You probably expect that. Sad that the bowling attack doesn't have many runs to defend, so they can't experiment much. They have to follow what's on offer. Interesting to see how this power play goes by. Less distance, more height.
Midon was at long on. He came into the circle. And hence, feels that's a free hit for him. No real risk in it. We all know if there's not runs, there are no runs on the board, Sikandar, it's not fair to judge a bowling unit. But they're trying for wickets all the time, looking for something special. And more often than not, the pitch also tends to look flatter. The batters know their target. There's no real pressure on them to try harder.
This was discussed, if you remember, back when slightly on the unfair side for the bowling attack to be tested when you're asking them to bowl at the opposition when not too many runs are there and they don't feel and pressure the opposition.
But bowling, it's about going through your processes, building dots, thereby pressure in partnerships, and forcing the batter to make that mistake. You can't search for wickets every ball, and you just end up playing into the hands of the batters. But the approach of the two teams, the attitude, the clarity in execution, there seems to be a gulf.
It's a good delivery. He's asking a question. The keeper never reacted to it. It's only Chamira.
But as of now, you look at the two batters out there, so confident, so free in playing their shots. As Lanka's point of view. Oh, he's taken the review. Doesn't Chanaka? Yep, it was late. They're trying their luck.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for ball behind. Original decision is not out. I have checked the feed. Fair delivery. Start with the front on, please. I need Alva is there to confirm whether any penalty is gone. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through. Satisfied there's a gap between back and ball, back line. Go back to on-field umpire Chamara, please. Chamara, you can stay with your not out
Massive
decision.
gap
You are on
between
screen. Thank you, see.
Bat and ball, nothing in it. They lose the review, Sri Lanka.
सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक
तुषार है इधर बोल जा
पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें
He favors that. It's the stronger area where Saim Ayub scores runs and he gets yet another boundary. Geez, they're playing some wonderful
shots. Hasaranga loosening up. Well, he's not going to have many runs to bowl to. Because both openers, they really are playing wonderfully well. Deekshana.
Big shot of strikes has been rewarded, being consistently into the stumps, and this time beats all defenses.
Saya mau bawa tu nak bimbang lah. Bimbang kalau naik dan ni.
Sri Lanka. Almost at 100. That deviates ever so slightly. And the celebrations tell you the story of how the Sri Lankans are feeling at the moment. Time Ayub's gone for 24, 59 for 1, Pakistan.
Pakistan captain walks out at number 3 with that last wicket of Saim Ayub. First T20 international in Sri Lanka for the captain. Not being told for the 11. That's Saim Ayub. Didn't get any, as you mentioned, Russ, slight deviation. Power play is done. Pakistan 59 for 1. That's the comparison there for the power play. Immediately after the power play, Sri Lanka lost 2 more wickets, so the pressure was on. But Pakistan happy with what they see on that scoreboard, knowing that they need 129 to win this.
There's a one more. Required rate just a 5. Hasaranga. Power play is done. Straight into the attack.
Loud shot from the man in the slips. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting contest because Hasaranga, 128 or not, he's going to put up a fight to the opposition.
Yeah, he'll get his bag of tricks out. But with this type of required rate, the batters don't need to take any chances. When they're going after him is when he poses more of a threat.
Just get a feeling the Saibzada Farhan with his 33 of 19, he might not look to play him off whatever overs Hasaranga bowls. He'll still probably back himself.
It was power packed all right the first 6 overs. Noah Tushar erring in line. That was a wonderful shot from Saim Ayub. Tushar ready for a second over and the pain continued. Deekshana just before the end of the power play got that wicket. 59 runs off it then. They can afford to just knock him around like this. They really don't need take any chances. That puts them in a good position and nullifies the threat of Hasaranga.
में पिन है सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग
Quick single, good single there. Not letting any opportunity go wherever there's a run possible. It's just a push, and he played it to the fielder, backing themselves.
A lot of work for the fielder to do, and had to take the long way around, run round Chamira. Then Pakistan's captain, 63 required then of 75 balls, well under control. This chase. No Babar Azam, Salman Ali Agha in at 3.
Catch it is the ball, and it's been dropped. A tough call. Dived forward. Thought he got his fingers underneath it.
Thought he had it, Dasun Shanaka. Never easy diving forward though. Sri Lanka. I need those to stick. done all the hard work, but just forgot to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, another slow one worked, 115 clicks.
R. Sridhar. Poke slightly towards that leg side. Roped in as to serve. Sri Lanka's fielding coach here, leg by signals. Farhan not happy. Neither is Malingan. He wants runs given to him. Yeah, that's off the bat, but leg by signal by the umpire. That's why Farhan's not happy.
He's trying to elevate that over, that short fine fielder. We still managed to get that boundary. Yeah, there was a lot of bat on that. No wonder he was a little upset. So the last ball of the over now. 72 on the board. Another slow one, but ends up as a low full toss and another boundary. Runs leaking here. 8 overs gone, 76 for 1.
I can tell you what, it's been a complete dominance from a Pakistan point of view. Boundary of the last ball. And he's been doing it well. Farhan, 42 of 25. Striking at 168. 4 fours and 2 sixes. What more can you ask for from someone opening the batting? Chasing a small target, wanting to set the tone. So you received my text, Mr. Amir Sohail? At least I was supposed to be texting you.
What for?
I don't know.
But shouldn't be bothered about gossips. Don't worry about that. But, you know, ever since he was selected to represent Pakistan, he's been very prolific, Sahibzada Farhan. And he's started to ooze with confidence. But you have to laud Pakistani bowlers' performance. By packing up that innings for a poultry total, they have taken all the pressure off from the Pakistani batsmen, allowed them the freedom to come out and bat freely. Boundaries are flowing.
So you heard Raslan make the point in the last over that Hasaranga will look to do different things to try and attack and get wickets, and that's exactly what we see here. He understands that wickets are important, so in the process you'll expect him to experiment, try to lure the batter, and the response could be very, very different.
And that present a lot of opportunities for the batters to make their mark.
ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो
The
स्क्रीन
nation.
ऐसे ही रहेगी।
There have been many situations that they had to face, including this one here, where Pakistan's hitting boundaries for fun, but Sri Lanka as a nation has always overcome.
Yeah, good footwork. Using depth of the crease on that occasion. Pakistani captain Salman Ali Agha. He has looked very positive from the onset.
Well, it's a little bit too easy at the moment. 40 of 63, no real threat from the Sri Lankan bowlers. Just make it easy. Yes, there are oohs and ahs, but don't really think that's a concern for the Pakistan batters, because this partnership also 31 of 23, so you could see the domination. Now it's down to 39 of 62. From a T20 point of view, it has to be a walk in the park from here. Unless, of course, something seriously goes wrong.
Yeah, Pakistan get over the line in a jiffy, especially if that man and the pitch stays out there in the middle for Pakistan.
Well, you think they're not happy? They don't look happy. Pakistan's winning. Rather have been smiling a little bit more.
The uproar of emotions from Pakistan.
Smile. Nothing. Don't look tensed.
Looks relaxed.
All right, that's a different interpretation.
Pensive for you. 10 overs done, 93 for 1.
like translate. Well, those buildings, they're quite big, aren't they? 93 for one at the moment. For one. Asaranga. Well, he's conceded 10 runs of 2 overs. He's mixed it up. If you just look at the pace he's bowled, he's dropped it to the 80s. That last one, he's just increased it to that high 80s. He's been looking for that balance or the pace or the opportunity to dismiss the batters. Oh no, this time it's taken in the deep. A friendly full toss for a moment.
सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के
48 of 33 to Farhan. He's hit 4 fours and 2 sixes, striking at close to 150. Pakistan got plenty of time to get over the line. They just need 33 more runs. 9 overs left. And Shamira's back. He's bowled 2 overs for 16. Usman Shamira has been good, has kept himself fit. Bowled with good pace. One thing about him is that he's not someone, at least the new Chamira we see, he's not someone who's looking to bowl out and out pace, but he can crank it up to that high or mid 140s, but generally in the high 130s with far better control.
That's coming of age, maturing as a fast bowler. He's learned how to set up a batsman, and that's why he doesn't try and bowl fast every delivery. There was a slow delivery outside the off stump, and that was thumped. Should be 3.
And what an innings it has been by Farhan. 850. Third in his last 5 innings, which talks of the quality this man brings into this Pakistan batting. Well, the umpires would want to take a look as to whether it was cleanly hauled in. This is the captain, Dasut Shanaka. Wholehearted effort. I think he's fine. He's done well. He's done well. I think he saved a single, but what about this man, Farhan? What an innings he's played. Outstanding.
Yeah, he's evolving day by day as a batter. Sabzada Farhan. His demeanor out there in the middle tells you he has found his game. And he's pretty confident with that.
That's pace on. That is pace on from Dushman Chamira. Surprised him. Surprised Pakar Saman. The previous delivery was a slow one. This one, look at that, 143. You spoke about coming of age, and this is Dushman Chamira for you.
And it was a well-directed bouncer.
Short fine leg comes in, mid-wicket goes out to the boundary. Wide down the leg side. Now, let's try and understand from a batting perspective. Pakar Saman batting on the off stump against Dushman Chamira.
Maybe he's looking to cover the angle which the bowler is looking to create. But the bowler was offline on that occasion. He's got a different style of batting, and that's for sure. Pakar Zaman.
Those leg side areas are covered, so opening those leg side areas wouldn't give him too much, because it's like that, you just get a single.
Yeah, talking about Sabzada Farhan.
पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब लोग लिंक पे क्लिक करें, नहीं तो स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रहेगी। लाइव मैच देखने के लिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें। लिंक पहले कमेंट में पिन है। सब
So
लोग
the
लिंक
best
पे क्लिक करें,
practice
नहीं
in
तो
inverted
स्क्रीन ऐसे ही
commas for
रहेगी।
the World Cup, not far away.
Getting close to the face of the bat. Nasaranga still at it. Even though it's 26 required, he's going to surely make life difficult, especially when the two batters are fairly new in the middle. He's got a challenge of a battle of his own going on with the batter.
Throws a leg spinner in this time. Well, 3 googlies in a row. The previous one to the left-hander was, oh, I'll tell you what, so close. I don't think he would have needed to appeal for that one. But he's on target. He's got some confidence. He's had a good spell here tonight. He's asked some questions. That's what you want to see from a world-class player.
Pakistan batters have done well. Just looking at Hazaranga's spell, they just look to knock him around. They haven't tried anything flashy against him, which is why, yes, good figures for him, 1 for 16 in his final over, final ball. But they've looked not to give too many wickets to.
Everything themselves, and cleverly so. The power play went for 55. So there's a huge chunk out of this total.
Zaman will keep strike as Pakistan move to 106 for 3.
Yes, Chimera trying to create something. Keep got excited for a moment. Then says, don't get excited, boys. Yeah, what they went wrong or wide. Signalled after all that. Chimera charging.